Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important segment. Get this segment going. Hit subscribe right now. Trump's tax returns have led to absolutely nothing. And I knew this would happen. I told everybody they don't have anything on Trump. The IRS had Trump's taxes. And the federal government never informed anyone that Trump was part of some kind of nefarious plot for 4 years. Or even in 2015, they had his taxes for a number of years. But this February 25th, 2021, Trump's tax returns handed over to Manhattan prosecutors, NBC News. Okay? The link will be below. On February 25th, 2021, President Trump's tax returns were handed to the Manhattan District Attorney and prosecutors. They've been obsessing, this is the holy grail of Trump corruption, they've been obsessing for years. Where are the charges filed? You mean that it's April 23rd now? It is April 23rd. You've had 2 months, practically 2 months. In 2 months, they couldn't have read like thousands of pages of Trump's tax returns with a team with, I don't know how, I mean, they probably have a team of enough people to have read the returns within a week or 2 weeks or less than that, maybe a couple of days. This is something that Rachel Maddow at MSNBC and every single pundit promised the world, predicted would lead to Trump in prison. It never happened. Where are the financial crimes? Where are the links to Putin? Where are the links to Russian intelligence? Where's the money trail? Where's all the criminal behavior associated with Trump that could be linked to his finances? That is what Democrats and media and pundits have told you. And I'm using basic logic here. Not like nobody is talking about this because it's pretty quiet in terms of news pertaining to President Trump right now. I mean, it's just pretty quiet. But a month ago, so 2 months ago, you get Trump's taxes to the Manhattan District Attorney. Okay? So the DA and New York prosecutors have his taxes for 2 months. And 2 months ago, they obtained his taxes. Oh, and by the way, tonight I will have a live stream at 8 p.m. Pacific. So 8 p.m. Pacific this evening. Be here. Be here for the live stream, 8 p.m. Pacific. But here, Trump's taxes in hand, Manhattan DA's probe heats up. March 17th, 2021. I'll put that article below. Still nothing. So they never really... The thing with Trump, what they obsessed over with Trump is that they don't like his personality. It's not about policies with Democrats because they're not passing Medicare for All or Green New Deal legislation. They're not really implementing any transformative policies. It's a lot of what they're doing is public relations. Oh, well, we've like public relations stunts that actually will come back to hurt the country. So they're going to tax the rich and increase capital gains tax. How on earth is that going to help the economy rebound? Even if your argument is, well, it'll help build schools yeah, but the parents of those children in the schools will have a harder time finding work if you increase taxes during a horrendous economic downturn. That makes no sense. And you saw the military buildup with Russia towards Ukraine. Biden's not doing anything. I do hope and pray that Biden recognizes the Armenian genocide. That would be a great, profound moment in world history. I've written for that to take place in the Huffington Post, the Times of Israel, in articles, asking President Obama and President Trump to recognize. I just wish President Trump could have done this, but I hope Biden does that. That would be amazing. I would tip my hat to Biden. That would be absolutely amazing. A profound, beautiful moment in history. Because I've written that the U.S. and Israel should recognize the Armenian genocide. So if Biden does that, that would be absolutely amazing. 4 years of Trump, I think, paved the way to, because look, it's going to be April of 2021, and that's the a sacred date that hopefully that he recognizes it. But President Trump pulling back from that region of the world and lessening Turkey's influence upon our foreign policy, I think paved the way for that. I think Trump paved the way for this, and I would applaud and congratulate and tip my hat to Biden if he does that. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope he does. But ladies and gentlemen, Trump didn't, there's no evidence that he did anything wrong ever. It was always speculation. And you cannot, here's how politics works, and this is the importance of this channel. So let me tell your friends, hit subscribe right now. Democrats want to legislate, or they want to elevate certain emotions and suppress other emotions. They want to have control of specific emotions when it comes to political debate, namely suspicion. You cannot be suspicious of Democrats. You can't be suspicious of Clinton, for example. You must have categorical, absolute proof if you're going to make a claim. With Trump, you can be as suspicious as you'd like, speculate on anything. You can infer, or you can allude to, or you can hypothesize, and you can think up anything and then push for an investigation. Or you can just simply utilize a dossier purchased by Clinton and Democrats. They say that, well, Trump tried to overturn results and he never conceded. He eventually conceded, and he tried to overturn results going through the Supreme Court and state courts. So he did so legally. January 6th was not his fault. He was not charged, nor was he ever indicted in a court of law regarding that tragedy. So they don't have anything. They just impeached Trump on that. They impeached Trump on an ellipsis with Zelensky. They impeached Trump right before the pandemic hit the entire planet, with New York being the epicenter. They impeached Trump, for allegedly pressuring President Zelensky of Ukraine, when President Zelensky of Ukraine stated categorically he did not pressure me. So, and that was pertaining to arms shipments. So Democrats haven't sent, weaponry to, Ukraine. President Obama didn't, and President Biden hasn't. So, but President Trump did. You can look. They don't have anything on Trump, so they had to create this hysteria, this panic, and it worked. And President Trump fell into a trap. So his personality and his social media presence, his Twitter account, became an entity. There were two Trumps. One that actually did great things and accomplished a great deal. First president to step foot in North Korea, removed Americans. So on May 1st, 2021, we're supposed to leave Afghanistan, and he removed Americans from Syria. And I think that, again, that paved the way for hopefully an historic recognition by Biden very soon. That would be amazing. Absolutely paradigm changing, a beautiful moment in world history. And I wrote a lot about that over the years. You can go to hagoodman.com and read my writing on that topic, in my writing against counterinsurgency conflicts. And you can see my debates on hagoodman.com. If you want to support my voice long term, my Patreon is below and on hagoodman.com. But ladies and gentlemen, May 1st, 2021, he negotiated a deal to get us out of that region of the world, a region we've been in for 20 years because Democrats, Biden, and others put us there. So you look, ladies and gentlemen, and he did great things. His Twitter account took on a life of its own. Because of that that image that they created. They needed to create a monster. Trump was not a monster. He got a greater percentage of non-white voters than he did in 2016. He allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever. He signed prison reform legislation. He did great things. And those great things led to votes. And despite the narrative, despite the onslaught, the 24/7 media coverage that was negative, Trump was able to accomplish a lot. The negative side, his social media presence, helped enable Democrats to just speculate because they never gave him credit for his accomplishments, and they created this paranoia and hysteria pertaining to Trump and Russia. They found nothing through the Mueller probe. They set him up and framed him with a dossier and with FBI Strzok, who said, "We'll stop Trump." And the tax returns are just yet another example of a failed, never-ending scavenger hunt just to find something criminal about Trump that didn't happen, didn't exist. President Trump didn't have this nefarious plot with, foreign intelligence operatives, and he didn't. There's no money trail associated with Trump. There's no criminal behavior. I mean, there's a possibility they'll try to charge President Trump, there is a possibility they'll try to just, for public relations' sake, indict him on something. There's a possibility, yes. They're not going to find anything because if there was something that grand, and they're not going to, they'll lose in a court of law because if there was something so grandiose, it would have already been. First of all, it would have been leaked from the federal government to state prosecutors, or Democrats, but they would have found out within 2 months. So the grift is up. Just like when AOC got into Congress to pass Medicare for all, and, that'll never happen because it's part of the whole grift and racket. The racket in the money-making endeavor is slowly winding down. The public relations spin is coming to a close, eventually coming to a close. Whether they try to indict him on, a bogus, absurd charge that doesn't correlate to reality, or they just simply prolong their investigation of Trump's taxes to where they just say, well, we can't really indict him on anything because they haven't found anything yet. At the end of the day, they won't find anything. He hasn't done anything criminal. The difference being you don't get the same scrutiny with how Biden acquired his wealth or Hunter Biden's emails or the Clinton Foundation. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here at 8 p.m. Pacific tonight. Thank you.